guys, come and join me in the old Frog and Toad for a pipe chat. Hey guys, Mike here from Old Man Things, and welcome to the old Frog and Toad. I'm gonna fill my pipe. Got my old Captain. You'd think I was an old man, as all my pains and aches and pains, I guess. Anyhow, I'm smoking a blend. I don't even know what it is. I just put some stuff together, some odds and ends. I think it tastes good, but my wife says it smells terrible when I go in. But anyhow, let me light my pipe one more. Having a fresca. Cheers, everyone. So, how you guys all doing? It's a Tuesday. So tomorrow is the middle of the week. We're halfway there, guys. I was having a chat with old Smarty Bob. We speak quite often. We have a pipe together. And he sent me this for some cigars. So it's kind of nice of him. He was saying how he started smoking a pipe when he was in college, and that's when I really started smoking a pipe. When I was in college, I went to college in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and we lived in Toma, so it was maybe a 40-minute drive, so I didn't have to live on the dorm. So the first semester I commuted from my dad's house to La Crosse every day. And then I got a little one-bedroom apartment, which I really liked. I lived on Madison Street. I think it was 604 Madison, if I remember right. I had one of my dad's old pipes that I since have dropped and busted, but I couldn't smoke in the apartment, but I would walk everywhere. And in the winter, it was nice to smoke a pipe because it would keep your hands warm. But that's when I really started smoking a pipe. I enjoyed that. And they had that neat old tobacconist, the Briar Patch. Still there, but it's a new owner, and it's mostly pipe or cigars now. It just made me think about La Crosse, and I had that apartment for almost 4 years. And it was an apartment, but it was like a 2-story house. And this old lady, and she was in her upper 80s, and it was its own apartment, its own address. She had this second part of the main floor, and then all the upstairs and the basement. And she was so strict, but I got a good deal on it. But I had to cut the grass in the summer, and she had a corner lot, and I had to shovel the sidewalks in the winter. The cutting the grass wasn't that big of a deal, but shoveling those sidewalks, especially a corner lot. But anyways, it was worth it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And there was an old guy across the road. His name was George. And in the summer, he would go in the evenings. He would open up his garage door and he'd go grab his lawn chair and sit out there. So I'd walk over there, and um, I got to know him real well. And you'd just go grab another lawn chair that was in this garage and open it up and sit next to him. And we would talk all the time. And then across the street on the other side was this old guy named Sylvester. I know Sylvester would go over there, and it was a lot of fun. But I had more fun with old George and Sylvester. And Sylvester was one of those guys that always dressed up, and he always had candies in his pocket. He really liked himself. And his lawn, there was just like a carpet, but it was just fun. It was a fun area to live. So I'd have my pipe and I'd go over to George and smoke my pipe. He didn't, I don't think he smoked. Once in a while he'd have a cigar. So, but it just brought back those memories. But I'd walk everywhere. I loved walking. I had so many jobs in college. I worked at Kmart. It was called Farm and Fleet. I worked at a grocery store. And I remember the first week I moved there, it was only the first time I was ever alone. And I moved in on a Sunday. And I couldn't wait for Friday so I could go home for the weekend. But I didn't have a TV or anything. And on maybe a Tuesday, maybe Monday or Tuesday, my grandma and grandpa came because they lived in Tomah. They came and they had brought me a TV and a VCR. So I had that. So that helped. But I remember waking up I moved in on, I should say this, I moved in, it was a Sunday and it was a January. And we had just got like a foot of snow, and the old woman said that I had to go shovel the sidewalk. So I hadn't even gotten there for a minute, and I had to go out and shovel that bloody sidewalk. But it was neat. when you walked in, it was a living room, and then from the living room, then there was the bedroom, and then the bathroom was off the bedroom, and then there was a little hallway, and then there was the kitchen, and then there was a back door that you could go in and had like a little covered porch. It wasn't very big. Well, the size of my little snug here. And I put a chair out in that thing, and I'd go sit out there and smoke my pipe. But I remember that Friday, so I waited that whole week for Friday, and I remember waking up that Friday and thinking, I like this. I don't need to go, you know, home for the weekend. But I was really close with my grandparents. So I would go and when I did go home, I usually would just go like Friday night and stay at my grandparents' house. And then come back Saturday if I did go home. Sometimes I'd go just Friday after school and then come back home. But I loved that apartment. And even when I got my first job at a newspaper in a town called Marshfield, I kept that apartment because my brother lived in Marshfield, and I lived with my brother for maybe the first 2-3 months. And I hated that. That was a nightmare. So I'd keep my apartment, so I would go there every weekend. Of course, I'd spend most of the time cutting the grass or whatever. But when I finally gave up that apartment, because it was only $200 a month. But when I gave it up finally, when I finally got an apartment on my own in Marshfield, I really felt bad about it. So, but anyhow, I've been rabbiting on long enough. So, if you've been watching my community thread, I'm introducing 3 new characters to my Old Coots Theater channel. So I introduced the first one today, Old Louie. In the next couple of days, I'll introduce the next one, and in the next couple of days, I'll introduce the third one. So they're going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. So I'll put Old Coots Theater and thread into my description of this video if you wanted to go check it out. So it's not for kids. It's got an old drunk puppet named Charlie. And he's an old drunk, but he's not really drunk. And he's based off of my dad when he was drunk. It's got old Cockney Jim, and he was based off of my one friend in England. His name was old George the Glass. It's got old Elfie, and he's based off of my Uncle Elfie and my 2 grandpas. So it's fun. It's just. And Elfie smokes a pipe. Charlie drinks a beer. Cockney Jim smokes an old rolled up cigarette. But anyhow, I'll let you guys go. It was fun chatting. It was fun thinking about lacrosse. I should say cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. And Choodle Pip.